Right, it's a cold January morning and I'm down here at one of my local little reef marks or rock marks. I'm just down there to try for some huss today. I've got with me just the one rod because it's a bit too difficult to try and fish here with two rods, especially if you get a big fish on. Bait wise, I just bring out with me, or I prepare these before, and squid and mackerel wraps. Cut down the size, just right for casting out. Freeze them up, bring them out, they're ready to go. They're already baited up, and the way I hook them up with these big hooks is just once through the top to keep it streamlined as it flies through the air. And again, up, down through. I use it on the, I do it on the squid part because it's a little bit stronger than the mackerel, and then just try and push it back up through into the hole that you just made, so it clips it all in nice in place. Because there's plenty of bait elastic there, it's already done. I don't need to elast it anymore. So that one's ready to go out. So I've got the clip there. That's the Gemini ones. You got the smaller ones that you can make for up and over rigs. This one I use for obviously for the hooking on my bait. And then that's my rig all sorted out. And again with the rotten bottom on. Weights wise, I've got what? I've got £50 now on the £15 on the mono like for so it can break away. And the weights wise, I just make up a load of weights throughout the year and just use them, and I don't care whatever lead or bits and bobs I've got lying around. So that's it, all ready to fire out there. But this mark itself, you just got to be careful. You know, there's lots of holes and everything to fall down. Just got to let people know where you are. You can be cut off here, so you just got to be careful on the tide as well. You can generally fish it like 2 hours on the low and an hour or so up, and it all depends because the wind's changed now to a southwesterly. So as get a nice tap there. Let's hope that's something decent. I've got my drag set because it's changed now to the wind's changed round. As the tide comes back in, it could get a bit choppy. So even at the turn of the tide, as the tide comes in, I could be thinking, oh, that's it. I've had it. You know, it's too dangerous to stay here, so I might go way back in. Anyway, we'll see what that is, and that's my first cast out there. Hopefully it's a decent fish. All right, that's my first huss of the day. It's only a small one, but he's what I'm after. What's he coughing up there? I don't know. But yeah, he's chunky. He's really, when you see this sort of the tap, you've really got to bully them out, or else they're going to get snagged up. Which is why I don't fish it too often. I don't like bullying the fish out. But still, you know, he's out. I got him. Take a few photographs. And get something a bit bigger than that, I'll be happy. But got the target species. Yeah, nice bull huss. Let's get him put back and get a bait straight back out there. Right, again, another Bull Huss. I love the markings on this. They're a lot darker here. If you go further up the coast, up to where it's a little bit sandier, then they're a lot lighter. But yeah, I mean, that was smaller than the other one. They had teeth on them, but keep at it, and hopefully I can get me PB one off here. But we'll see. Just get one put back, get another bait there as quick as I can. Right. Only small ones at the moment. That's the smallest one so far, but tide's going to turn soon, what, 20 minutes or so, hopefully a bigger one might come in. It's a fish, lost one rig, which I hate doing, and a fishy cast. So yeah, lovely little fish. Love the markings on it. Right, maybe a bit nerdy, but I've downloaded the app on my phone, the Marine Radar, and it tells me what fishing boats, because there's a lot of them. There's one, two, a big one over there, one over there, and one over there. And I can look on the actual app itself, and it tells me what the actual fishing vessel it is, where it's been to, a little bit of data about it. So it's just something to do, isn't it? While you're waiting for your bite, in between your cup of tea and your toffees. Got a banana in there. So there's one there that's from Ladram, from Brixton, that's out there fishing. It's quite a big one, that one actually. One that's popped over there. Where's that one from? Well, that's from Brixton. In fact, they're all from Brixton. So there's obviously something out there going on. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, all in this little bay around here. Right, I haven't got long before I have to knock it on the head, I think. I don't like staying there too long. All right, it's been a long old winter, hasn't it? Storm after storm, wind and rain, whatever. So we're back out now fishing again, and we'd come back down to the estuary. It's a neap tide. The water quality isn't the best. It's still quite dirty. We've got about an hour and a half before low tide. So I'm just going to fish down here. I've got the one rod, and just using the running ledger as I've used before, with various hook lengths and hooks. I've got fresh peeler crab. I've got 10 of them, so I'm going to have a chuck about every 20 minutes or so and see if we can pick up a flounder. It's a good mark for flounder here, and I normally pick them up sort of like from middle of April. So, and when the conditions are a little bit better, the water quality is a bit better as well. But yeah, we'll fish over the darkness, and maybe it has an hour into when the tide turns. So we'll see what happens. So there's one ready to go there. It's on the baiting needle, a little bit elasticated up, and I use a watch weight out here, and it's not too snaggy out there. Shouldn't be much weed at this time of year. Might be a bit of debris still floating down the river, but yeah, well, let's get the bait on and get it out there and see what happens. Was unbelievable, isn't it? First cast, and it wasn't even in the water for 5 minutes. Had a little slack liner and went into it, and it was nicely nicely hooked. Straight away, first flounder of the year. Can't really tell. That flounder's got knobbly bits on the end there. That's great, isn't it? I mean, that's fish. I wasn't expecting that. That's just awesome. Lovely fish. It's quite fat as well. Quite surprising, because normally this time of year they would be quite spent, but it's gorgeous. It's got run your finger along the ridge spine that way, and it's quite rough. You can feel it that way. It's smooth around the edges there. It's you can feel the sort of the edge of the fins, and yeah, a bit lumpy on there. I can't. I've just gone to Specsavers. Should have gone to Specsavers. Yeah, I got on Specsavers. They messed up my prescription, and I can't see very well. So I'm using my old glasses, which are about 2 years old, so I can't really see what's going on here. But I can see from distance, but can't see the close up. But awesome, innit? Eh? First cast. It's getting put back after a few photos. Right, that flounder was nicely hooked right on the edge of the lip. I'm using these, if you can see it, I don't know if you can, offset semicircle hook, various ones. I think that's a size a 2.0, but it's quite small, and definitely a flounder will take that in. And yeah, so it's nice. I felt the slackline bite, and because I'm not casting that very far, and I've just got a 3 ounce weight on there, the fish took it. Struck into it and brought it back in. So yeah, fresh peelers, what does it? So off with the shells, keep the legs, keep them spare for another time. Like I'll take them home, put them in the fridge. Can use them for LRF fishing, peel them. This one's a bit soggy, this one. I left this one to pop too late, but it doesn't matter. What I like doing is I freeze my crabs, peel the crabs that are popped, but I don't like to freeze too many of them. The juice is coming off that. But what I find them useful for is I use the frozen ones for wrasse, because they don't seem fussy at all. And if some of them, if I'm going fishing and they popped and they're too far popped, then I don't mind using them either, because there's a lot of juices coming off them, and I leave all the I don't peel them at all. I leave it all on, bind it all up, and it's a just big juicy mess, and it doesn't last very long because the juices obviously come straight out of it. But it's good for smooth hounds. It should be showing up saying, all right, bait elastic it up. Because of these circle hooks, they've got a little point on them. I can't put it on the baiting needle. So as with most things, it's like on the squid or something. Once you bound it up, just thread it through like I'm doing a bit of needle work, a little bit sewing, pull it tight. I've got my bead, push that down, stop it from sliding up, and I've got my bait stop. So there it is. Right, let's get this one out and crack on. Alright, second fish of the night, and a tiny little bass. As you can see, with the little circle hook, with a little semicircle offset hook, you can see how it's nicely hooked there. So just a small little bass, but that's alright. Don't want to drop him on the rocks. So there we go. Cracker. Let's get him put back, and hopefully something bigger will come along.